Recently, the Russo brothers congratulated Zack Snyder on the Snyder Cut of Justice League. And this has got a few fans wondering, including myself, if we will see an extended cut of Avengers Endgame. If we do, just what would we see in this new cut? So watchers, let us explore what we may see if we ever get a director's cut of Avengers Endgame. One of the biggest things is that there is a plethora of deleted scenes to choose from. A majority of the deleted scenes that come with the extras of Avengers Endgame expand on the character interactions between the surviving Avengers. While most of these are interesting and funny, a lot of it wouldn't necessarily add to the story as a whole. While they would likely still be included in an extended edition, there are a few other scenes that are far more important that would add so much more to the story if they were included. One of the biggest things is that there may have been a struggle to get the Soul Stone. When Black Widow and Hawkeye were on Vormir, this alternate scene shows them get attacked by Necrocraft, followed by native Sicarans getting out and attacking them, eventually leading Black Widow to charge through the crossfire, jumping and sacrificing herself so that Hawkeye could get the Soul Stone. The only issue with this deleted scene is that Thanos shows up and it would ruin the surprise later on when 2014 Nebula allows him through the time machine. Some of this scene could have been cut and edited into the current scene that is in Avengers Endgame, partially because it would also show that Red Skull wasn't necessarily human anymore, because he disappears as soon as the enemies show up, so perhaps he may have just been a shade or remnant of his former self controlled by Vormir. On top of this, it would be nice to get a little bit of closure for Black Widow, giving her a similar honor that Iron Man got at the end of the movie for his sacrifice. So although it wasn't a deleted scene, it would be nice to see this in addition to this scene. Another big thing we could get in an extended edition is a longer end battle. The original plan was to have those who were dusted come in confused and wondering what they needed to do and where they were. While this would fit in with the story, it would be interesting to see them all come to terms with where they are and what happened to them, with extended dialogue between the characters as they catch up with each other after being gone for 5 years. On top of this, we could have had longer fight scenes in general, showing off each and every one of the Avengers' powers as they fight against Thanos' horde. This would be nice because we actually learned there were quite a few aerial scenes that got cut. It would have been nice to see all the heroes that could fly fight against the Chitauri Leviathans and Necrocraft. If I had to guess, I don't think anybody would complain if we had an extended end fight scene. And the last big deleted scene that we've seen that could be included in an extended edition is Iron Man's final interaction with his daughter. This was the scene that was filmed with his adult daughter, where he learns that he succeeded, that she lived a great life, and comes to terms with his inevitable death. This scene included in an extended edition would add a little bit more to the sacrifice that Tony gave at the end of Avengers Endgame, especially because it would soon be followed up with all of the Avengers kneeling and honoring his sacrifice. But then there were also some scenes that were rumored and hinted at that were not included in the deleted scenes. One of these is the inclusion of Silver Surfer, which to some extent is still just a rumor. Kirk Clendon, who was rumored to play the role of Silver Surfer, was seen on set multiple times, and also hinted that he did something with the Russo brothers that may one day see the light of day in a future MCU project. However, if we do get an extended edition, it would be interesting to see those scenes that may have been filmed. Whether it's an end credit scene or the Silver Surfer interacting with the Avengers, this fan favorite character would be an awesome addition to an extended cut, especially because Disney now owns the rights to the character. And the other scene that may have been filmed but not included in the deleted scenes because it might have been a little too violent, but would be interesting to see included in an extended cut, was the scene where 2014 Thanos throws down 2014 Captain America's head, hinting that he killed that timeline's Avengers and was threatening to do it again. The great thing about this, it would fit really well with the alternate scene on Vormir, and would also add a much darker tone to the movie. With all of this being said, it would be interesting to see this in a 6-hour cut of Endgame. However, with it being that long of a movie, if it ever does get released at Disney's discretion, it would probably have to be released as a 6-episode miniseries. While it is just a rumor that some hopeful fans are wishing for, it may not happen, especially because the Russo brothers did say a few years ago that the cut they put out was the cut they wanted. But the fans do have some pull and can be convincing at times. So who knows, in a few years we could see another cut of Endgame with many more scenes that build up the MCU into something so much greater. Would you be interested in seeing a 6-hour cut of Avengers Endgame? If so, what other things do you think they would include in this movie? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and then like this video and subscribe to The Marvelous Wave to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.